Can you beat New Super Mario Bros. U while permanently miniature? The new Super Mario Bros. Series, despite its shortcomings, has always featured some amazing platforming that complements Mario's moveset perfectly. Additionally, there's so many different power-ups that can be used to enhance the gameplay. But there's always been one power-up that's treated more like a downgrade, the Mini Mushroom. The Mini Mushroom was first introduced in New Super Mario Bros. For the DS, and was mainly used to make the levels harder, and unlock some secrets. Since then, it's been used across the series in far less secretive ways, and honestly, is just more annoying. So, what if you tried to beat the entire game with it? How would that even go? Now, a few disclaimers before we begin. I'm playing on a 100% save file. This is so that I can acquire the Mini Mushroom and use it for all the levels prior to it being available. Don't worry, I'm still gonna beat everything required to get to the finish. And just to avoid any confusion, while this is New Super Mario Bros. U, I'm playing as Luigi. He's the better brother. We start off in Acorn Plains, where we can float over all of the obstacles in our way. The first level is where we're already seeing our first quirk of having this power-up, climbing on the sides of walls. This wasn't a thing in previous games, but apparently in New Super Mario Bros. U, you can just go vertical with the Mini Mushroom. You might think that this is some incredible ability, but it's really not. Firstly, there's very few areas in the game where going up is necessary. Most of the time, we're going from left to right, not bottom to top. And secondly, this happens automatically, so if I ever get close to a ledge, I will literally just start climbing it. This makes it a lot harder to time jumps and will just be a pain to manage. When we reach level 2, we take a secret exit up the top to skip to the jungle. In between we have to finish this water level, and this is where we find out our first perk of the Mini Mushroom, the smaller hitbox. Traversing past all these squids in this level is made way easier by the fact that we're half our normal size. Unfortunately though, we aren't going to benefit very much from this. Into the jungle, and we first have to make our way through this fleet of big guys. There's some sections that require tight platforming, which is just ridiculously hard when you're as floaty as this. I keep running down the wall. Another thing I'll note here is that the Mini Mushroom also makes it so that we can't kill enemies without ground pounding them. This just means that we get some nice little bounces off of them. A few more levels in, and we enter our first castle. This is an auto-scroller, and it's so unbearably slow, but eventually we can make it to Boom Boom and commit crimes. Next, we enter the ghost house, where we can take a secret exit from the roof and gain access to the second last world. It might seem like we're cruising, but trust me, it only gets harder from here. The first level of World 7 has us waiting for a moving platform. Luckily, the obstacles here actually load in when we get close, so we can just jump and have them catch us, allowing us to speed up the wait process. Honestly, the nicest thing about the Mini Mushroom is being able to bounce off of enemies and gain some extra height. It's just fun being floaty. In the second level of this world, there's a power block that we can use to kill a bunch of enemies. I bring this up because when I picked it up, my gravity set back to normal, and it was so weird to jump like this after hours of playing with floatiness. Entering the World 7 castle, and this is probably the only instance where the Mini Mushroom was actually beneficial. This level has a lot of vertical movement. In fact, it's really the main gimmick of the level. So being able to climb the walls like this allows me to make my way up very easily. Thanks, Mini Mushroom. Now back to being a pain. Anywho, taking a secret exit out of this ghost house allows us to skip straight to the castle to fight Ludwig. I know which one of these clones is the real one because he shoots out 3 projectiles instead of 2, and from here I can ground pound him and keep him grounded until he's dead. Now we enter what is probably the most annoying level of this challenge, the Airship. This level is an auto-scroller, and it takes so long to get to the end. Every time I die, it's another 5 minutes that I have to spend waiting for this dumb screen to scroll. And this level isn't easy without the Mini Mushroom. So let me just say, I died a lot. I died to Bowser Jr. at the end of the level and had to do the whole thing again. I spent probably an hour on this level alone, and sure, that's just me having a skill issue, but it does not make it enjoyable. Anyway, eventually I made it to World 8. In the first level here, I want to take the secret exit because it allows me to skip a few levels. But the secret exit requires me to do some tight platforming under a P-switch timer. And let me just say, tight platforming is not at all what the mini mushroom was built for. After dying over and over and over again to this stupid timer, I barely made it up and went to the exit. After a few mundane levels, we're already at the finish line. I can skip quite a lot of the last level because jumping off of Bowser Jr.'s ship here gives me a huge boost in height. So now we're into the Bowser fight. On my first attempt here, I actually got to the final hit on Bowser, and then this happened. Yep, I got cornered. There was literally nothing I could do. Bowser just cornered me and jumped down. This is a totally fair game. Luckily, it only took me a couple more tries to close it out. And just like that, I've finished New Super Mario Bros. U with just the mini mushroom. This was a super fun challenge, to be honest. Thanks to Hendrix for the idea. If you have any ideas on what I should try next, let me know in the comments or join my Discord, a link will be in the description. Thanks so much for watching, I'll see you in the next one.